Mr. Shah Rukh Khan. I think he's extremely intelligent, very well read, very well spoken. Because the presence of mind and the wit he's so sharp. Maybe Chak De India 2, maybe Jawan 2, maybe Pathan 2.
Hello and namaskar. आप देख रहे हैं Z Media and this is Tanya Garg. In conversation today we have with us Vidya Malavade and the director Sachin Gupta. And well, they have something very interesting brewing up. Let's get started. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having us.
So first of all, you're coming up, just as I said, you're coming up with something very exciting, Mahamrityunjay. We would love to know a little about it.
It's a short film. It's basically about about a dancer, classical dancer. She's a very passionate artist, and also this is about brother-sister bonding, very strong bonding actually, I would say. And Shiva is the protagonist, and she's Shiva.
So Vidya, it's been 16 years to Chak De India, and that's lovely. Do you still feel those rush of emotions and happiness when people are like, this is Vidya, captain of the Indian hockey team? So
yeah, that's exactly what I was telling somebody. It's so difficult to stay relevant in today's day and age, and where there is so much going on these days with OTT and so many releases every week, and sometimes you wonder that people don't even remember the names of the movies that keep coming out because there's so many of them. And here people remember us for our names in the movies also, not just the film. So I think, and like you rightly said, 60, who remembers anything even for a year anymore, or forget about that, even not even a year. And here we are. So I feel like there is a huge blessing that has come to all of us in the name of Chak De India. And whatever you call me as, whether it's Vidya Sharma of Chak De, or now of course the Gen Z is very excited about Zeenat Karim of Mismatched. So whatever names you give me of whatever characters, if I've done something that kind of stuck in your heart and you remember it that way, I think that's all an artist really wants. Yeah, the work to be appreciated and to be seen more than anything. Yeah,
that's lovely. Also, continuing the chain. So I want to know, you got to know that you're being a part of SRK film Chak De India, and then you were on the sets, and then finally there was a scene. So all these little times, like what was going on in your head?
So you know what? I think he's extremely lucky, at least for me. I think for all of us, but anyway, for me, because I had auditioned for Chak De and then it was gone. I mean, pata nahi tha hone wala hai, nahi hone wala hai. But just the day before I got signed for it, or when they said that okay, I'm on, literally the day before that, for 2 days before that, I was shooting with him for a Santro ad. And I didn't want to tell him that I have done this, that I may be a part of a film that you are doing and stuff. So I didn't say, I zipped my mouth and I did that Santro film with him, which was really cute and everything. And the next day I got a call saying that, okay, you're on for Chak De. And I was like, is he like the lucky mascot or what? So yeah, it was great to watch him at that time as well, shooting for the ad film. And then of course over a period of 6-8 months that we shot Chak De. And like I always say, as an artist, he is somebody that everybody looks up to, because he is such a generous actor. When he's in front of you, he's so it's not just about him and his performance, because that is phenomenal anyways, we've all seen that, but it's about what he does to the other person as well. It's about how accommodating he is. It's about how much he helps you enhance what you are doing, and that's so important, to be generous basically, not just in front of the camera but in life. And also just as a person, I think he's extremely intelligent, very well read, very well spoken, very really wise, and that's something that I really look up to and I look up at, and he's that way pretty much, really at a super high bar, and I really wish that somehow I can imbibe some of that, because the presence of mind and the wit he's so sharp. It's just fantastic to have someone, to watch someone like him more than anything.
the way you're kind of talking about him, we're like, "Ki, let's just get that, let's just have you two on the screen again."
Oh,
Chak
wow,
De
that would
India
be
2
nice.
That'd be
sequel.
lovely, yeah.
Why not? Or something else. God alone
Manifest.
knows. Manifest, and that's that.
Also, like, how did things change for you, like professionally and personally, after Chak De, went like crazy? Because I think people will agree with me when I said that, you became a household name. You were so powerful as Vidya Sharma that, people were raving about you. So, how did things work out for you after?
So yes, of course, it was a fabulous time. Like I was telling Sachin also that I just saw the first day first show and there were just barely 20 people in the theater because when the promos had released, everybody was like, "Ki kya hai? What is Yashra doing? Shah Rukh Khan is doing this film with these girls who are all these kali kali ladkiyan, they look like mice and all that." I still remember that sentence so well. And even Yashraj was a little taken aback saying that okay, they changed their strategy of wanted to introduce the girls before the film release, but then they decided the promotions are going to be all about SRK and stuff, and we were like, okay. And but after that first day, first show that I saw with my family, I could not see a single show at all because everything was houseful. Everything. I was just going from one place to another because everybody was calling me for either ribbon cuttings or interviews like these, or I was just everywhere and I didn't have the time to go watch it even with my closest friends after that. And it was just, I didn't even know what hit us. And all of us, we were just like, okay, we're doing this and we're doing that. Everybody wanted a piece of Chak De Girls and it was phenomenal. I mean, there was no social media at that time.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't know what would have happened. But it was something. It was like I think every artist, everybody should get a little bit of that
It's a
at
super
least
film.
once
This is amazing,
in
yeah.
their life. No, and the
Even today it's
response of
relevant.
people.
If you watch that film even today,
Yeah, it gives you goosebumps, it
yeah,
does.
yeah.
And every time that
and
we
even
are
songs
with it-
also.
Yeah,
Songs.
So amazing,
Yeah.
exactly. And every time we're there, it's like India. So all of us are like, okay.
Yeah.
So it's just lovely. So Vidya, have you watched Jawan? Did you get a chance to watch the
Oh,
film?
I really want to. So right now, I'll tell you what. I'm in the middle of moving homes. My parents are in the middle of moving homes, and there is Ganpati ji coming, and I've been traveling like a mad woman. So we were supposed to shoot all of the film
Yeah.
here,
Yeah.
but I have requested him. So we just shot a part of it here, and the rest of it is happening in Mumbai, because I was just so like stretched so thin that I could not manage everything. So yes, Jawan to watch is on the cards as soon as Ganpati ji 5 days they come
Yeah.
to my house, and once I say goodbye to them, I will go to the theatre and watch Jawan. I can't wait to.
Well, that's
I
lovely.
think Jawan and Gadar 2 both are doing super.
Yeah, Pathan, Jawan, Gadar 2.
Gadar
I think
2,
it's just
yeah,
like
yeah.
one
Yeah.
lineup of these.
Bollywood
amazing-
is back.
Single screen
That
theaters
was
are
nice.
back, Bollywood is back,
It is
yes.
so
Yeah.
fantastic.
That's
Like he
lovely.
was talking about
Packed
tickets
houses.
yeah, tickets
Advance
in
booking
black.
is
and-
black
excellent.
tickets, yeah.
How amazing is
That is
that?
amazing. But I'm sure you must have watched the trailer.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
Super.
so there is this amazing star cast, and Shah Rukh is again back with the ladies, right?
Always.
So, yeah.
Always the best part,
Always,
right?
right.
Yeah, he's just.
Yeah. So did you like get a chance to see, like, get a hold of it, and you were like, yeah, I could have also played this. I would have been great. in
No.
one of those
I'm
roles.
sure all that will happen once maybe I watch the film or
Yeah.
not. I don't know. But before I go to watch a film, especially when I'm excited about going and watching a film,
Yeah.
I do not like to know anything that's happening. Like I read a couple of things, but then I said no, I don't want to read it fully because I don't want to spoil it for myself. I don't want to know what and who and whatever. I just know there are whatever promo I've seen, I know who is there and stuff like that. And of course, I would have loved to be in it. And let's manifest that at some point again.
I want to know, Vidya, like, when did you find your calling, for yoga?
I think there was a personal tragedy that I went through many years ago, and I was looking for answers, and I was very angry and upset and hurt, and I was broken. I didn't know whether I could resurface again, and I think that's where, when I was looking for answers, yoga found me. And then through yoga, when the practice of the physical practice, then the mental practice, the whole healing that happened because of that. Obviously, I got into the texts of it, and then of course my sadhana with everything that I do, that makes me slightly, I mean, everything that I do with a lot of energy, with a lot of gusto, and I give my 100%. But I also have learned how to sort of take myself away from it and detach myself and say, अभी ये मैंने कर लिया है, अभी इसका जो फल मिलेगा, अच्छा हो तो बहुत अच्छा है, ना भी हो तो भी बहुत अच्छा है. So you know that. So I think that it's very important, especially for artists and actors, where there is so much and there is so much negativity coming from everywhere. Whether it's social media, you'll have nameless, faceless people writing crazy nonsense
Yeah.
about you. You have, and that's for everybody, not just actors. Then, like I was telling him, I said, I must have done, when I was modeling, I must have done 1,000 auditions and I must have got 100 ad films. But I was a lucky one to get at least, a 10%, 1%, whatever thing. There are people who do thousands of auditions and probably get maybe one film or maybe not get anything. And how disturbing is that negativity to hear a no, no, no all the time. So at some level, I think a little bit of spiritual bent is very important to sort of sustain yourself. Otherwise, depression is the way to go. We're anyways, I think, number one in the world when it comes to depression. And these are just the numbers that are floating around. Every sixth person in this country is depressed. And that is unreal. And I've been through it myself, where I've had, like I said, during my personal tragedy. And the only way to get out of it is to learn to find a meditative practice for yourself. And for me, yoga and my meditation and my pranayama and my sadhana has done that for me.
I think that's fantastic. That's really
That's
good.
a lot of talk.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
So on a lighter note, I also wanted to ask you this personally. Throughout Mismatched, I was rooting for Siddharth and Zeenat's chemistry throughout. So I want to know that in season 3, will we see things going to next level?
So you're sure of season 3 then?
So we're just hoping if season 3 comes,
Well, let me tell you that it is coming, and they've just taken our dates. So yes, you're
That
going to be
is
shooting
fantastic.
in a couple of months. Yes, and I still haven't got the script, so I don't want to say anything. But you will see a lot more of Sid, me, and of course you have Nandini Nahata coming as well. So you never know.
So how would you want it to be? Do you want Siddharth and Zeenath?
Does Vidya want Siddharth and Zeenath? I think the audiences loved us so much as a couple that
We would just want some of those biryani sessions again
well, hopefully in season 3, I've been told a lot of times that we want to see more of you, and I'm hoping this time there is a little bit more of us. And I'm just really glad to everybody who's loved Sid and Zeenath, the Sidnat or Natzi or whatever they've called us. Sidzi, I think.
Yeah.
All of those hashtags that you have given us, it's beyond. I mean, I'm beyond blessed to be.
And before I let you go, you're there on OTT. You've been on the big screens, and we've seen you in commercials also. What's next for you, Vidya?
I'm hoping a lot more of all of that.
All of that.
Yeah, let's make it a nice little biryani.
That's lovely. So we're excited to watch your movie and what you're bringing to the table. Thank you so much for joining us today. It was a lovely conversation we had with you.
Thank you so much. Om Namah Shivaya. Thank you.
You're watching Z Media.